Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Insane Gorilla here, yet again. And I'm back with a Halo What If. But this is continuing What If Deku was a Spartan. Now, due to quite a few of you bashing my ears in, saying, yes, you want this back. So, here you go. here, here you go then. When we last left off, Deku and Uraraka got married, and Uraraka had kids. Two to be precise, named Tom in retrospect of Noble Six, Tom from the trailer of Reach, and not the character you play as, and Sarah. Not Sarah Palmer, but another girl called Sarah. They both said they wanted to be Spartans, but less dangerous missions, and the chief disappeared. So, Deku has left his family to go and find him. Uraraka didn't want him to go, but Deku did say he wanted the chief to see his, well, sort of grandkids. The Infinity was actually built. But, a lot of others have had kids of their own over the years. Now, Deku has left, and it's been 7 years, 8 days, and 7 minutes. So Tom and Sarah are in school. Uraraka's taken on a sort of teacher role at UA as a combat instructor. Oni doesn't bother her, along with other Spartans who have also got kids. Mainly Todoroki and Momo and Izumi and Ida. I'm not going to say Boka because a lot of people may get a little bit pissed. And for how those four got together is, well, they followed the examples of Zuko and Uraraka. They became well-respected Spartans, heroes included, but they also became head hunters. Turns out those four had, well, the head hunter, hyper lethal vectors. Anyway, Azuka got an upgrade for his armor. Okay, he got rid of the old one and got the new Type 5 armor. I'm going to say Mark 5 armor this time. Onia Mark 5 armor. And this is where he stumbles onto Requiem. Now, I'm going to say the other captain you played, or see in the cutscenes when you play Halo 4, I'm going to say he doesn't exist in this one. Instead, it's, my favourite captain, Lasky. Captain Lasky. And, when Captain Lasky finds Requiem through the third Halo ring, Lasky finds a Spartan distress signal. And considering Lasky was the first person out of cryo sleep, even though he has the allergic reaction to being in cryo sleep, he immediately wakes up the Spartans. He doesn't wake anybody else up first, he wakes up the Spartans. Who, you might add? Who, you might ask? Palmer and some others. I'm going to say, a new batch of Spartans who actually got trained from their adult lives or from their teenage years. So it's going to be some randos you won't need to know about, and including the head honcho himself, the one who and only Izuku Midoriya. And so, yeah. When Deku wakes up, he checks on the others, who give him mad respect and always stand at attention whenever he's near, because he's the one who taught these Spartans, including Palmer. Palmer hates his guts, because she always ended up on the receiving end of a royal beatdown. Oh, and I failed to mention, the Reds and Blues are here as well. Carolina's not with them, along with, well, a few others, but the rest of them are there. As they always give Izuku mad respect, always salute him, and always have a casual laugh and a joke with him. As Captain Lasky says, Spartans, Sierra 117 has possibly been located. And Griff saying, yeah, shit. Here we go again. Let's hope we found him this time. As, well, everybody runs to battle stations as, well, they detect Covey forces. Yes, the Splinter Cell still happen. Well, Splinter Sect still happens. As everybody runs to battle stations. As Deku gets told to report to the bridge with Sarah Palmer. As he does, he runs, grabs his armor, and stealthily calls his wife, because they actually did get married after their children were born. That is. As well, he calls his wife as she picks up, saying, "Oh, hello, darling. How you doing?" As Deku says, "We found him. Captain Lasky believes we found Sierra 117. Now, I will be out of contact for a lot longer this time, because Captain Lasky has found a splinter cell of the Covenant here, above this planet. We don't know what planet it is yet, but he believes that the Sierra 117 is here. There's a lot of wreckage of Forerunner vessels, so apparently the Covenant must have think the Forerunners are still dead, and these are not proper Forerunners. They must be trying to activate the Halo rings, like the Chief said. From here. As Uraraka says, just be careful, love, okay? We've already lost one family member. The kids can't afford to lose their father. As Deku hears, "Mom, is that Dad?" over the comms, and it does show a little video screen of Uraraka, the talking and all that. As well, two kids pop on screen saying, "Dad, Dad, Dad." As what Deku says, "Blimey, look at you two. You two have grown." Daddy's not going to be coming home, as usual, but he will always be in your hearts. After this mission, I'll be coming home, kids, and I will be coming to you to look after you properly this time. That's a father's promise. Tom, keep Sarah out of trouble. As Sarah just says, "You wish. Not like I keep him out of trouble." Shut up, sis. As both of them start bickering. As Deku just chuckles, saying, "Alright, you two, get going. I don't know what time it is over there, but I think you two better get going to wherever. As Uraraka says, they should be going to bed. It's 9 o'clock at night. You two should have been in bed by now. But they say, but oh mom, come on. We wanted to see our dad. We know he usually contacts you at this time. As Uraraka shouts at them saying, go to bed, now. As well, they both sigh, saying, oh, okay. Night, Dad. As they both shout that as he says, night to you too. As he says, I gotta go. Captain Lasky's now calling, so I better get going. Okay. As he says, that Uraraka just says, fine, but bring him back, okay? I think even he will enjoy these two. And she sort of leans in and kisses the screen as he says, same to you. I wish I could come home. I really could. But you know how much the chief means to us both. As Uraraka says, I know. Just bring him back, okay? Bring him back and we'll be one big happy family, okay? As Deku just chuckles again, saying, I know. Love you, Uraraka. And she says, love you too, Deku. Or Azuku. As she hangs up. As well, Palmer grills him, saying, unauthorized communication is strictly prohibited, especially for family. As Deku full on soccer punches her in the gut, saying, shut up, that's my wife. And plus, I believe I outrank you. And Captain Lasky said, Palmer, that I can have the privilege. Now shut up and leave me alone. Or better still, go to the bridge. And besides, Captain Lasky ordered us. Get up to the bridge. And last I had heard, I still outrank you. As he sort of barges past and walks off. Now, this is where somebody walks up in blue armour, saying, well, I knew that was going to happen. I didn't bother butting in to help your ass out, Palmer, because it's not my job. He's a headhunter, an old headhunter. And he's got a wife and kids, which is strictly prohibited between Spartans to get married. But him and his wife, according to the chief, are legends. So they can afford a bit of leeway with Oni. You, on the other hand, do not have leeway. You're a rookie. You weren't there when the Covenant attacked us. You're what? 4, 5, or 10? So get real. And face facts. You weren't there. We all were. I lost several good people. I thought of them as family. So you'd better damn well leave the headhunter to his. As this one walks off as well. Formally gets up and walks to the bridge, holding her guts, sort of swearing, saying, fuck it. Why does this guy get the best treatment? Oh, Christ. As well, she sees Tucker, Griff, Simmons, Sarge, Church, all of them having a cozy little word with Izuku, saying, as Tucker says, uh-oh, someone's here. Oh, you better get to the bridge. Captain Lasky's waiting. As well, they take a tram. And Lasky gets on the comms saying, Spartans, where are you? As well, Deku says, we're on our way, Cap. Right, we're on our way, Captain. Don't worry about us. Just had a problem to deal with Palmer. As Captain Lasky says, let me guess. Actually, no, wait. I don't need to guess. Palmer, stop it. He outranks you by a lot. Hell, if he wanted to, he could take command of the whole entire goddamn Infinity and her neighbouring ships. So knock it off. Do you hear? As Palmer says, yes, Captain. Good. As, well, a few minutes later, they get to the bridge. As Lasky says, welcome to Requiem. Well, this is what we can get from the planet already. Roland, as the AI comes on, saying, hello, Captain. Good morning, Captain. Good morning, Spartans. Well, less so to Palmer, but good morning to you, Headhunter. As Suzuki just says, hello, Roland. And don't worry about Palmer, she just got her ass handed to her for, well, talking to a superior like he was nothing. Again. As Roland just says, the hubris of Spartan Titan. No wonder why Palmer keeps on losing to you. Let me guess. Kids? As Zuki just nods, saying, yes. They're 7 years old. I missed their birthday again. The 7th birthday. Why did the chief have to go and vanish? With the Forerunners? Oh well. I'll kick his ass when I find him. And I've advanced my skills. As well. Yeah. Lasky just coughs saying, okay. Now, Roland, open the blinds so we can see. As the blinds open to reveal Requiem and a massive hole. It sort of says, come on in. Not really. As it starts short-circuiting everything in Infinity. As Infinity starts getting pulled in, well, Captain Lasky sends a transmission saying, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. This is Captain Lasky of the UNSC ship Infinity. To anybody out there, please respond. We're going down. Being pulled inside of an unknown Forerunner planet. As well, her neighbouring vessels say, Captain Lasky, this is UNSC, well, all the frigates from your fleet. We're getting pulled in as well. As well, everybody gets pulled in. And the same thing happens in canon, but with a fuck ton more ships. As Deku says, Roland, pick up any hostile activity, as Roland picks up plenty. There's Coveys and unknown constructs fighting alongside the Covenant. And they appear to be fighting, well, they appear to have been fighting amongst themselves until something or other. As well, Izuku gets a little bit pissy and saying, right, I'm going to board a gunship and do what a headhunter does best, hunt. As Lasky says, okay, but get ready. We don't know what's going to happen down there. As they say, well, as Deku says, I'm always careful as he puts on his new helmet. as he runs off. Finding a suitable place to jump, he jumps out, preferably in a drop pod. But hey, he is no Master Chief, but fuck me, does he pull off something stupid. He jumps out of the hangar onto the side of the ship and jumps into the forest, somehow not breaking his entire body in the process. And this is where he meets the Prometheans. The red kind of Prometheans, who attack him on sight. Now, he does tango with these guys for quite a while, until he stumbles upon a bunch of dead Covenant, which catches his interest, as he immediately reports into Captain Lasky, saying, "Captain Lasky, this is Titan. You're not going to believe this, but a lot of these Covenant here are already dead. There's a trail of them leading in deeper into the forest, and these guys were not cut down by these construct things." As Captain Lasky just reports saying, "Copy that." As you all know, that this planet was just now discovered, but it appears somebody got here first. Sierra 117, I believe. As Izuku says, "Can you repeat that? I'm getting an awful lot of static." As well, Lasky starts cutting in and out, then all of a sudden, snap. He completely cuts out. As Izuku just says to himself, "Well, if there's any time for you guys to come out of hiding," as he pulls out his weapon, well, a machine pistol and a sword that has a toughness to cut through, well, to hold off a few things. Basically, it can hold off a Covenant energy sword, so I think it can hold off a bloody sword of the Prometheans. As well, these Prometheans all jump out at him. And they're the big ones you face, not the ones from Halo 5. That sort of attack him all at once. Deku roughly manages to defeat them, barely, but then has the Covenant jump on his ass. So he's running out of ammo fast. But the funny thing is, though, because of his new skills, it's easier to deal with the Covies than it is to deal with the Prometheans, aka the Prometheans. As well, he finally gets knocked out by a Covenant elite, who sends him, well, who drags him with him. As well, this Covenant didn't know that his beacon was active, and the beacon can still be seen through all the interference. Yeah. Deku gets dragged off. And surprise, surprise, gets dragged off miles. As well, his sword and pistol were dropped. Well, Covenant was dragging him. His weapons were still attached to him because he's got string to them. But eventually they cut. The pistol gets cut, pointing in the direction Zuki was getting dragged at. And eventually the sword gets cut off from him as well. And someone follows it. Someone very important indeed. Because his armor's not as good as everybody else's, but the AI on board his head could pick up the signal from the art from Azuki's armor. As all we hear is, as this is who it is. So you are here. Looks like I'm not the only one fighting these guys. Chief, Cortana. This blade and pistol. The blade. There's a blade. A few miles that way. Same signature as this. Same guy. Titan. Midoriya. As this guy, as the chief runs off. As he says, "Hold on, son. I'm coming. A father never leaves his children behind. I just hope you're alive out there." As he runs off, eventually finding Izuku's blade, as Katana finishes mapping out where the Covenant have most probably dragged him off to. As she can detect follow the signal as it's actually stopped. As she gives Chief the rough location as he runs off. As Cortana says, "Chief, why are you running after this one person?" As Chief says, "Did you hear what I said earlier, Cortana? I said a father never leaves his children behind." As Cortana just says, "Chief, this guy's in his early 30s. How can he be your son? How can he or she be your child?" As Chief says, "I'm older than he is, but it doesn't mean that I can't see him as my own." As well, he jumps over a log to find Covenant patrols, and in the corner, chained up, head down, is Izuku Midoriya with his helmet off and what looks like very bad scars around his face. As the chief gets pissed. He is so pissed it is untrue. As he doesn't wait for a plan, he goes in a Rambo style. And I gotta admit, the Covenant shit their pants as soon as they saw him. One grunt even says, "Run away, it's a demon!" As well, one elite just kicks the grunt straight to Chief as the Chief grabs him, and throws him back with a sticky grenade attached to him. So the elite has a bit of a problem. A sticky situation, should I say. As well, Izuku can just barely keep himself conscious to see the Chief massacring the entire Covenant base. Or should I say, outpost. That's midway to being a full-on base. So yeah, the Chief is pissed as he runs up to Izuku, as Izuku just drops his head again. As the Chief cuts him down, as well, checks to see if he's fully alive, as he grabs Cortana and puts her into Izuku's helmet, as she does a full scan of Izuku's bodily functions. Even Cortana is impressed, saying, "Chief, you need to get an upgrade. This suit is, Ooh la la! This thing is, this suit's got more juice than you. No offense. As she does a full scan, saying, well, your somewhat son is relatively still alive. He has, well, a lot of cuts and bruises, but it's nothing a few days in a hospital bed could not cure. And he's also extremely fatigued. Most probably due to all the Covenant and the Prometheans he's been fighting. And he's got a lot of data on these guys. His suit must have picked it up without him knowing. Huh. Apparently Requiem was a prison world. Full of prisoners that got decomposed and reimposed as pseudo guards for, well, somebody that's long dead. So yeah, but I'm wondering why the Covenant are here. They were fighting the Covenant earlier, and now they're not. As well, there's a transmission that finally comes through saying, "This is Captain Lasky to Titan. Come in, Titan." God damn it, Azuka Midoriya, get your ass on the line. We need your help. Infinity's being overrun. The frigates managed to get themselves airborne, but we're having problems. There's this massive orb thing scanning us, taking information from our systems. And the Covenant have jammed all communications to our, well, all transmissions to the guns to fire at that thing. As Cortana actually answers, saying this is AI unit Cortana to infinity. This is Cortana to infinity. Repeat, Cortana to infinity. As Nasky says, an AI, but never mind. What are you doing in Azuka Midoriya's suit? And she says, I am attached to Spartan 117. Repeat, attached to 117. We have found your Azuka Midoriya person, or aka Titan. Injured badly. Immediate exfiltration needed, or evac. Repeat, evac required. As Lasky says, okay, Spartan, Tucker, get the reds and blues and go out to this location. Get Titan and Sierra 117 back here. As Tucker just says, okie dokie. Why are you coming to me though? Church is the one in charge of our group. But oh well, I'll go and tell him. As he does. As, well, when they get there, the chief is holding off more Prometheans. And these guys are really angry. As eventually he uppercuts one with Azuka's blade, cutting it in two. The face, that is. As, well, the reds and blues turn up in a pelican. As they all jump off and give the chief a hand with the Prometheans. Sarge, with his shotgun, still, well, runs up to one. Rugby tackles it and point blank in the face with a shotgun shell as it was fired. So all you could hear is shotguns, rifle fire, a minigun going off because, Well, the Meta's with him, so the Meta's grabbed a minigun. But he also has the Griff shot, aka the Brute shot, with him still. So yeah, the Meta's putting in work as he sort of runs up to Azuka Midoriya, picks him up, grabs the helmet, and runs to the Pelican, putting him on, along with the Chief, who is already on board, because he was running with the Meta. As the Meta shouts, saying, Tucker, Simmons, Griff, Sarge, Tucker, Church, Caboose, get your asses on board. As they all get on board, saying as, well, a Promethean stabs through the window, killing the two pilots. So the Meta had to go and deal with that particular nuisance before flying off. As the Meta says, Meta to infinity, or Pelican 5905 to infinity. Repeat 5905 to infinity. Need immediate clearance to dock. Repeat, immediate clearance to dock. As well, they just say, Infinity officer just says, okay, get on board now. As they land, and medical personnel deal with Zuko, taking him straight to the medical bay. As the medical bay is packed with injured and dying. Sarah Palmer isn't there because she's fighting somewhere else, as Chief has to go and save her ass, along with a few ODSDs, who were also with her. And the same thing goes as Canon, where he finds her, after clearing out all the Prometheans, as she opens the door, and she still gives the sly remark, saying, I thought you would be taller. As Chief says, Lasky sent me to find you guys, and plus, stop with the sly remarks. I already know who outranks you, due to Cortana telling me who does. And I trained that guy, so I would suggest you show a lot more respect. As Palmer says, wait, you trained that guy? Seriously? As Chief says, yes. And he's the best damn headhunter I have ever trained. So you, girl, pay more respect. As Chief calls in a pelican. As even Cortana's not sure why he's getting still not sure why he's getting so pissed about people disrespecting Azuka Midoriya. And to Katana, she does not know anything about Azuka Midoriya or the headhunters. That information was kept from her. So the chief saying the best headhunter he's trained sort of perks up her curiosity. As she asks Chief who the headhunters were, Chief gives the whole ordeal about the headhunters and how spooky they can be. And Katana gets all the satisfying answers she needs and says, oh, okay. So that's why you're so protective over him. As Chief just says, I wouldn't say I'm overprotective. He's like a son to me, Cortana. As well, Chief arrives back at Infinity and deals with the rest there. As well, he goes to the medical bay after hearing that Azuka Midoriya is up. As he sort of hears, so, you found the Chief? I gotta admit, I was wondering if you were going to find him or not. Looks like this wild goose chase came to good fruition. As as he could hear a woman's voice and a male's voice. As he says, "Yeah, I found him. Took one hell of a beating trying to find him, though. But unfortunately, I didn't find him. He found me." As he says, "Well, the reason why he found me was because I was totally unprepared. I thought this would just be a simple smash and grab. But we're stuck on this planet until we can figure out a way of getting off. I don't know if we will be, but I hope I will see you again soon. And I'll bring him along with me." As she says, this woman just says, "I know, love. Just don't keep your wife waiting for you." As he just says, "Tighten out." As she just says, "Rafe out." As Chief walks in, saying, "You and Rafe are married?" As Azuki says, "More than you know, Chief. More than you know." As well, as for the marriage part, we've been married for 7 years, but I have been away for 7 years. She's always, well, been worried about my psyche and not being, well, at home with her. I told her that you're you're a father figure to us, so abandoning you now is not my way. But anyway, how the hell did you end up on this planet? Oh, the Covenant must have banged me up pretty bad. I can't move from this bed very well. Don't worry, I'm not crippled or anything. They just busted my ribs up pretty good. As Chief says, "Yeah, this planet's actually a prison. Was actually a prison planet for something. We don't know. Cortana found that out while she was scanning data from your suit, which I got to admit, pretty impressive. Cortana's begging me to get a new upgrade." And Suzuki just laughs, saying, "Really? Cortana? Who's that, your imaginary girlfriend or something?" As Cortana actually can make herself visible, says, "I am not his girlfriend. I am his AI. I was made by the Forerunners. And the Covenant here believed the Forerunners, that the debris you saw was Forerunner, but the people on board were not. So yeah, they're pissed, saying that, oh, early technology and you're not who you say you are, yada yada yada. It's embarrassing." As the chief says, "You don't know the half of it though. They want to reactivate all the rings. Apparently, this great journey of theirs is too much to stop now." Great. Huh. As he says, "Yeah, I just can't wait to get home though. My wife's there waiting for me, and she's a teacher now in UA, to believe it or not. You should really take up a job there. It would suit you very well for retirement, old man." As they both laugh, saying, "Yeah, right." As Chief says, "I'll give it a go for a few weeks." As Zuku says, "Yeah, I think you'll like it." But anyway, guys, welcome back to Halo. What if Deku was a Spartan from Halo? Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.